The Laundering. Edition 2. Representation without power. Canada figured out the ultimate power move. Expand the table without surrendering the levers. Every voice gets a seat. The seats don't get a vote on anything that matters. This piece is an interactive autopsy of representation as legitimacy theater. Section 1. The Diorama. The image on this page has 9 zones. Each tells a different lie. The top of the image holds the figures who actually decide. The middle holds the figures who exist to be photographed. The bottom holds the policy switches that never reverse, regardless of who is photographed in the middle. Start anywhere. The argument is the same in every direction. Section 2. Diversity is the alibi. Power is the crime. Canada has spent 2 decades perfecting a trick. Open the cabinet to every demographic the country contains. Photograph the result. Pass the photograph off as governance. Continue in the meantime to ratify the same pipelines, sign the same trade deals, cut the same corporate taxes, and lock the same people out of the same rooms where the budgets actually get assembled. The trick works because the audience has been trained to read the photograph as the outcome. A gender-balanced cabinet is gender equity. An Indigenous minister is reconciliation. A racialized appointment to a corporate board is economic justice. The verb is, never achieves, never results in. The photograph is the ledger and the receipt at once. Section 3. The 2-tier architecture. There are 2 tiers, and the tiers do not talk to each other in any meaningful way. The upper tier, private donors, corporate lobbyists, wealth managers, established media, holds the agenda gears. None of them stand for election. None of them are subject to recall. Their power is structural. It does not depend on which party wins, which minister resigns, which demographic gets added to the panel below. The lower tier, the diverse panel, is real. The people on it are real. Their identities are real. Their constraints are real too. They were selected, vetted, briefed, and seated. The Every Voice at the Table banner is not lying about the voices. It is lying about the table. Equal participation, same outcomes. The poster says the quiet part aloud and trusts that nobody will read it carefully. Section 4. Why the switches never move. Tax policy, trade deals, resource access, defense spending, corporate subsidies. These are the actual outputs of the Canadian state. They are also the policy areas where the diverse panel has the least input. The upper tier has the most. And the gap between elected promise and enacted reality is widest. Compare any 2 consecutive governments of opposite parties on these 5 switches. The settings barely change. What changes is who appears in the photograph next to the switches. Section 5. Representation laundering. Edition 1 of this series traced how reputation moves through the institutional circuit. Police records cleansed through oversight bodies. Oversight bodies cleansed through university affiliation. University affiliation cleansed through professional credentialing. The mechanism here is the same in reverse. Illegitimate power moves through the demographic circuit and emerges as legitimate governance. The diverse panel does not cause the laundering. They are the laundromat. The dirty money is the unchanged distribution of power. The clean output is modern democracy. The rinse cycle is whichever identity the photograph foregrounds this quarter. Section 6. The honest version. If a government were serious about expanding power rather than expanding the photograph, the diorama would look different. The upper tier would be smaller or accountable or absent. The switches at the bottom would have moved. The panel in the middle would be redundant. You wouldn't need to advertise representation because representation would be evident in what the state did. Until then, more chairs, same hands. The most Canadian thing about this image is the polite caption.